Okay, let's dive in. Today on the Deep Dive, we are taking a close look at a really specific moment in recent football history. We've got our source material right here. It's a flash score article covering what sounds like a truly dramatic match from the UEFA Nations League.
That's right. And our mission, really, for this deep dive is to properly unpack what this specific account tells us.
Yeah.
We want to understand, what happened in that particular game between Portugal and Germany, who were the key players, what were those pivotal moments, and, well, why did it matter, according to this report?
Absolutely, because looking at this article, this wasn't just any old group stage game, was it?
No, not at all.
It was crucial. And Portugal, they came into it facing a pretty significant historical challenge. This report highlights that Portugal had lost 5 consecutive games against Germany before this one.
5, wow.
So this deep dive is really about exploring how, according to this account anyway, that streak was finally broken.
That historical context, it just jumps out immediately, doesn't it?
It really does.
5 straight losses against the same opponent. I mean, that's more than just a number on a page. It's a real mental weight for the players.
Definitely.
It adds this specific tension to the match right from the start, and you can feel that backdrop in the article here.
Yeah, you can. And interestingly, right from the kickoff, the drama wasn't just about the history on the pitch itself. This report mentions the start was actually delayed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by 10 minutes because of a storm in Munich. So even the weather was kind of adding to the whole atmosphere.
Typical. It certainly seemed to. And, well, despite that delay, the account shows both teams were eager to get going, make an impact early.
Right.
We see mentions of attempts from both ends. Leon Goretzka had a shot saved by Diogo Costa. Good build-up there involving Kimmich, apparently. And then Cristiano Ronaldo, naturally, tested Marc-Andre ter Stegen pretty quickly at the other end. Sounds like both keepers were involved early on.
Right, called into action straight away. And the article, it paints a picture of Germany providing a pretty consistent threat as that first half wore on.
Okay.
It really highlights Costa in the Portugal goal, saying he stood firm, making what are described as superb saves.
Superb saves, okay.
Yeah.
Against who?
Against Nick Wolt made first, and then Goretzka again. So clearly busy.
Yeah, sounds like it. And this brings up something interesting about Portugal's position, according to this report.
That's that.
It notes that Roberto Martinez's side, they'd gone 3 away games in a row without a win.
Oh, okay.
2 draws and a loss. So you put that together with, needing your keeper to make superb saves and maybe struggling a bit to create chances, as the report suggests, you get the sense they might have lacked a bit of confidence coming into this one, especially against Germany, given that history.
That makes sense. So the first half ends goalless, 0-0. But based on this account, Germany probably felt they were the ones pushing, right?
Likely, yeah. Relying less on spectacular saves, perhaps?
So what does the article say happens when the second half starts? Did Germany keep that momentum?
The report indicates they really upped the ante after the break. They came out flying.
Okay.
And their pressure, it paid off pretty quickly, actually, just 3 minutes into the second half. So 48th minute, Germany found the breakthrough.
Right. Quick impact. And who got the goal?
The article describes Kimmich delivering a perfectly weighted, lofted ball into the box.
Nice.
And it fell for Florian Wirtz. The report even adds a bit of color, calling him the seemingly Liverpool-bound playmaker.
Yeah, Wirtz. And this account says he kept his cool.
Held his nerve, yeah.
Yeah.
Directed a clinical header right into the bottom corner.
Taking the lead like that so early in the second half must have felt huge for Germany.
Oh, absolutely. Scoring just 3 minutes after halftime is significant.
Yeah.
It puts the team that, according to this report, had been pressing and felt kind of dominant, it puts them ahead. You might expect that to really deflate Portugal.
Especially with that history hanging over them.
Exactly. That confidence issue we mentioned, the 5-game losing streak, going behind could have been curtains.
But this is where, reading this flash score account, things get really interesting. Instead of wilting, Portugal responded. The article says they regrouped quickly, found an equalizer shortly after the hour mark.
Yes, and the report is quite specific about how it happened, the impact of a substitution.
A sub changes the game. Who was it?
It was Francisco Conceição who came on and apparently made the difference.
Okay.
The account says he skipped away from Robin Gosens, advanced towards the edge of the box, and then just unleashed what's described as a stunning strike into the top corner.
Wow, a stunner from a substitute. That just feels like a moment of pure individual brilliance, doesn't it?
It really does. Sounds spectacular.
And what was the immediate effect? What did the article say?
Well, that goal, according to the report, it completely shifted the momentum inside the Allianz Arena.
Instantly.
Pretty much. And that's such a crucial insight, isn't it? A goal like that, especially from a player who just came on, and maybe a bit against the run of play after going behind, it can have this massive psychological impact.
Yeah, totally.
The report suggests it just injected belief right back into the Portuguese side.
Yeah.
And you could see it visibly rattled Germany.
And that shift, it wasn't gradual. The account says it was swift and decisive. Because just 5 minutes later, Portugal completed the turnaround.
Incredible quickfire response. And this is where the player who was actually named Flash Score Man of the Match comes into it, Nuno Mendes.
Mendes. Okay, what did he do?
The report states Mendes broke through the German backline, got in behind, and then provided a simple setup, a tap-in basically, for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo scoring the winner, of course. And this report notes, this was his 137th international goal.
137. Yeah.
So a milestone moment for a player who just keeps delivering, doesn't he? And sealing this crucial comeback.
It really ties it all together, doesn't it? If we connect this to the bigger picture the article paints.
Go on.
Not only did Portugal come from behind and that awful 5-game losing streak against Germany, but having Ronaldo score the winning goal, well, it adds that extra layer of narrative, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure.
It's a victory cemented by, a legendary figure. According to this specific report, anyway.
Absolutely. And stunned by that quick-fire double, Germany did try to find a way back in the final, quarter hour or so?
Yeah, they pushed. The report mentions Karim Adeyemi hitting the outside of the post.
Oh, close.
Very close. But ultimately, the Portuguese defense, they held firm, saw the game out.
And that resilience from the defense in those closing stages, as described here, that was key too. Holding on to that lead.
Definitely. So the final score, according to this Flash Score article, 2-1 to Portugal.
So this victory, it did more than just end that historical losing run against Germany. The article confirms it actually secured Portugal's spot in the UEFA Nations League final.
That's huge. And critically, it also inflicted a rare home defeat on Julian Nagelsmann's side.
Ah, good point.
The report paints this out specifically. This was only Germany's second defeat in 13 matches on German soil.
Wow, okay. That detail really emphasizes how significant this win was for Portugal, doesn't it?
Yeah, multiple ways. Breaking hoodoo, qualifying for a final, and doing something pretty rare, beating Germany at home. All according to this one account.
Right. So bringing this all together for you, the listener, we've taken a deep dive into this Flash Score account of that Portugal versus Germany Nations League match.
We've covered quite a bit the dramatic start with the weather delay, Germany taking the lead through Wirtz, and then Portugal's incredible swift comeback, driven by that stunning equalizer from Conceição, and then Ronaldo's winner, set up by the man of the match, Nuno Mendes.
Portugal winning 2-1, securing their final spot, handing Germany that rare home loss. All as reported in this article we've looked at. So as you think about this account, this story of the match, what really stands out to you? Was it the specific goals themselves? Wirtz's header, Conceição's brilliant strike, or Ronaldo hitting that milestone, number 137?
Or perhaps it was the players involved, Ronaldo obviously, but also Mendes stepping up, Conceição off the bench.
Or was it maybe that dramatic, almost instantaneous shift in momentum, the way the article highlights how everything changed right after Portugal equalized?
It's interesting because this game, as described here, it wasn't just about the result, was it? Or even just getting to the final.
No, it feels like more.
It feels like a compelling story of resilience from Portugal, a definitive break from that difficult history against Germany, and, well, just a powerful demonstration of how quickly momentum can swing in football.
So what does a match like this tell us? About the very nature of competition, maybe. About the impact key players can have, stepping up in those moments.
Or even substitutes, coming on and completely changing the feel of the game.
Yeah.
Think about the significance of this specific comeback. Not just getting the win, but doing it against that opponent.
The one they couldn't beat.
The one they hadn't beaten in 5 tries. On German soil, after going a goal down, what might this particular result, as it's reported here, mean for both teams moving forward?
Good question. In terms of confidence, strategy, even just that psychological edge if they meet again soon.
Exactly. It leaves you thinking about those intangible factors in football, doesn't it?
It really does. So what do you think? What details from this Flash Score report struck you the most? We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, let us know.
Share it in the comment section below. And please, if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it.